Hi everyone. So my last video, I was so confused about what was happening to me. I didn't know if it was trauma or some black magic stuff. But I'm leaning towards both actually, because lately, it's hard for me to articulate the actual words because I'm just learning all these things. So it's been almost 4 years since all this stuff has happened. And so I'm in Darwin now, Australia. So before I was living in Melbourne, and I never heard all these things or smelled. Well, I did smell like some things, but now it's just like sort of accelerated since I've come back to Darwin. So I really don't know what's happening, because obviously I've tried so many things and it's not working, right? So I'll just tell you, like, I've got like a journal here. So the things that I'm feeling, and trust me, because I've gone through substance abuse, obviously still now I'm drinking and other substance. I'm not going to lie about that. And then I've been straight as well. I've seen counsellors, psychologists. I mean, tried to study all that stuff. But the pains and sensations on my body, it just keeps coming up. So I'll just read you a couple of things. Numbness on the right arm, left foot in the middle, right? It's poked like pins on my feet. Hot flashes. Numbness of hands or arms. Headaches. Itchy scalp. Bruises, mainly on my legs. Breakout rash on my arms, tense shoulders, upper back pain. Stomach cramps. Knee joints cracking. Black dots, eyes open, so like, the float, you get floaters. Sudden loss of balance, having the feeling of deja vu, dry mouth, hard to swallow. Bursts of frustration, I wouldn't say anger, I can't get angry for some reason. Confusion whether an event or incident has happened, real or memory or not. More teary when I'm overwhelmed, so that's something I'm new to. I'm actually just accepting if I'm like, I'm sad, I can cry. And even like itching private parts, things like that, tightness of chest. And then when I'm actually walking, like, going for a walk, there's like soil or sand, fluids, droplets that's basically comes out. And so I've got all this stuff. I don't even know where to start. So I'm thinking it's like something's happened here. So I came here in Darwin, 2020, when the COVID happened, right? And I went back to Melbourne, stayed here for about a year. Went back to Melbourne, and then came back again, right? So again, like this is, I get headaches, migraines, muscle spasms, nauseous, throwing up, itchy scalp, left top foot. Again, this is like another year, right? Having sensations, itching on my legs, stomach cramps. Every food I eat, I get itchy. Every time I try to sleep, my feet starts to itch or poke like needles. Stomach itches when I eat, itchy on my ass cheeks. Right arm numbs when I try to sleep, right? Back pain, middle of the back. Sensation or itchy on the top of my head and back of my head. So, and also sometimes I get diarrhea as well, waking up between 1 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. a.m. Sorry. So all that stuff, right? So that sounds like trauma, right? So I've gone through countless, tests at the doctors. I hate the doctors. So I've gone for blood tests. I've gone for a CT scan, right? STI, pap smear test. Oh, I even went for a stool test because I'm like, is there parasites, right? Parasites, nothing. So everything's negative. So I'm thinking, trauma, if you don't know it, obviously it's not going to come up on all those things. And then you go into the spiritual side of it, because I work in childcare and then I work in disability, so I got 2 jobs. So in childcare, like the babies will see something around my head, but just, like look, oh, and then this is how they greet me. They basically greet me like this, because they can't talk. They greet me like this, or they'll point at here, my head. And then depending on their age, or they'll look down here, it's like I'm wearing a dress or something long, I don't know. Right, so, and then sometimes adults actually see it too. So I am spiritual. I've always been spiritual since, I can remember. But I had to block that stuff. So it's like, what? It's so confusing, right? I'm just trying to understand basically what is happening with me, because it's almost 4 years and I feel like I didn't do this to myself, because I know myself, and I don't need validation from anyone. I don't listen to anyone, not even my family. And if they're negative, I'm not going to listen to them, because I would know. So, my mother, for example, she's narcissistic, she's selfish, and I've told that to her face. She never raised me, and so I had to learn all these things for myself. And when I'm with someone or a partner, a boyfriend, whatever, I don't need their validation. I actually help them, but they turn it around, make me look like the bad guy, right? And obviously I have like sketches and stuff. So this is the kind of symbols I see. I don't know if you guys can see that. All the time. And basically all the time, like a 8, and obviously triangle. So see how it's just it's hard to tell, like, people who hasn't gone through the things that I know. There's a lot of people that gone through a lot more worse than me. But when you're trying to understand what is it, so obviously there's something here that I'm trying to understand. Oh, and also like my senses, like so I have to read up on perception and your senses and stuff like that. So smell, I always smell things like it's not mine, and then it triggers me, right? And then, or lately, since coming back to Darwin, like people say things to me and my body will react. I don't know how to explain it, so I'll chuck in a few words. Alright, so I get sensations when people say thank you, please, freezer, fridge, cold, ice, hot, because I haven't really planned this video. That's just among things. Dirty. Oh, the other day, my workmate said dirty, and then all of a sudden I could smell like piss. Like, what is that smell, right? It's like, what is going on? So lately I've stopped using, like, even perfume. I'm like, oh, my senses are just so messed up at the moment. And I had to research that too, because it's an olfactory setting. So I've researched all these things. And yeah, it just keeps coming. Like now, I'm hearing like things. Oh, I have to go through all the things that I've been hearing actually. So we'll go about this. Let's have a look. I didn't really plan this. I did have it before. But like, yeah, some things like this, it's so messed up and you can't explain it. And you think it's something, and then when you get to the truth, it's just sort of, see, like even this, like, see, like I'll have like drawings like this, right? It's always those kind of, oh. Now my camera's just sort of, it's like, sort of fell for some reason. So stuff like that. So I'll have like, yeah. So I am quite spiritual. Like you'll see like, yeah, things like that, right? So I am aware of my feelings, but I'm just not aware what's going on. So yeah, so that's 2023. So I'll have that. Alright, so here is the phrases that I've sort of been hearing, you know. So I've been hearing, she's alright, stop, sorry, hey, she's smart, wow, I love her, hold on, I fucked up, go for it. So there's just so many things as well. More than that, I should have been more organized, I guess. But I don't plan things, so I just say it how it is. And that's how it should be, right? So if anyone can sort of tell me, is this or that? Because I feel like I'll go into more detail. So when I eat, like I haven't eaten properly, so people don't realize like the cause and effect. This has taken over my life, basically. So my whole well-being is just so fucked up. My relationship, my job, it's like I've got 2 jobs. But sometimes I have to call in sick because I get triggered. Either by smell or something, right? Or, the babies or the kids, they see something. It's like, oh my goodness, I gotta go home. I don't want to put them through that. So that's taken over my whole life, my motherhood, basically. And it's like, I'm just trying to understand. It's just so frustrating. And I've seen counselors, doctors, psychologists. You just can't really pinpoint what it is. And also, like, I've lost so much weight, right? And if you look at my Facebook photos, I wasn't like this at all. So it basically now it just takes effect on my legs, right? And then my arms will be so dark. Like sometimes it just looks dark and stuff. Like, but then when I'm out in Mother Nature, when I'm out in Mother Nature, obviously I'm light and love, and that's another thing. It has brought me closer to God, and I'm still learning my religion. I didn't even know your story, but that's a good thing. So I always think about, it's a win-win situation. But I'm just trying to understand, like, why am I, I think it's like a code word or something, right? Because when people say certain things, my body reacts to it. So I have no idea what the fuck is going on. And then you have the sense of smell, and then my perception has changed. The image of myself has changed, actually. And sometimes, I'll go into a room and it's all so cloudy, right? So I've researched that too. It's like, all right, so you're just coming out of your hypnotic stage or, hypnosis or something like that. So I basically have researched a lot of stuff, and people just think because I am the way I am, because I'm not the norm, they just think, oh yeah, she must be an idiot, right? But you can't deny all these things. It's just like, all right, so I'm just trying to understand it. So if people can understand, give me some feedback on what do you think it is. Because I'm starting to hear a lot more things. It's like like a script. It basically, you hear things and then things just get added onto it. And then you feel sensations. And obviously I know, like, I'm trying to do like stretches and my vagus nerve, all that. And even without substances, right, it just still comes up. So it's like, and people always say, oh, you can heal from trauma, even if you don't know what it is. No, I don't agree with that. You actually can't, because it comes out of your body. So if you don't know what's happened, you're just going to be stuck in that way. And I've never been like this. That's why it frustrates me that I've never been like this. And it's frustrating because I know myself. Obviously, I'm confident. I don't listen to anyone unless they have something good to say. Then I'm all ears. But yeah, there's something. So I've got like so much other code words, like, I don't know, banana, ice cream, like I said, freezer, fridge, dirty, things like that. And then sometimes when you hear the lawnmower, even, I get a reaction from that too. It's like, oh my goodness, what is going on, right? So then I'll play it. I'll actually play it. Like I'll go on YouTube and be like, oh, lawnmower, eagle sounds, bird sounds, right? And the past 4 years, I've actually been listening to so much music all day, all night. I listen to the same thing. And I listen to the same thing. That might come across as ADHD, always listening to the same things. It's because I understand and I know, I'm going to play this song and it's going to make me feel well, like a way. So I know it, so I'm going to play it. Maybe that's why, like, yeah. So it's like, oh, you gotta play same things because you know it. Because with everything else, I don't understand it. So, like, even the way I see myself, it's like quite different, you know. It's so messed up. So someone's like, obviously, I feel like it's so frustrating because, like, how can people, right, do this to someone else and live their lives sleeping well, eating well, not itching, you know, not hearing things, not smelling things, like, you know, just the normal shit. And then you got me, oh, that's all right, I have to do all these things, right? But I'm light and loved. I'm always saying I'm light and loved, positive, positive, positive. I can't get angry. But it's like, oh my goodness, like people just actually take it for granted, like the simple things in life, and they can go about their business and not have remorse, right? So when someone fucks up your whole well-being, this has fucked up everything. Now imagine time we can't get back. You know, I've been moving since this is almost 4 years. So I've been moving with my son every single year, and so, oh my goodness, you know, it's just hard to. I really can't put in words, to be honest, because I'm still like going through it. This thing keeps just keep falling. Yeah, so I can't like put into words. You know, even like, yeah, things like, I just feel like I've been belittled or got abused when I was last here in Darwin, which was 2020 when the COVID happened, for a year, and then went back to Melbourne, and now I'm back, right? So all these things has just come out. I really don't understand it. You know, even that, like, I'm hearing the dog barking, because sometimes that's what I hear too. It's like, you dog. Yeah, this might sound like it's schizophrenic, but it's not. And I know myself. Like when you just know yourself. When you're a confident person, you know yourself. You don't need empathy from anyone or validation from anyone. You don't need compliments. Like I hate compliments. I can't even look at myself right now. That's how much, you know. But when you're just so sure of a person, your soul. I'm talking about your soul, your heart and soul. It's like, then like when that messes up, it's like, oh shit, it's like, right? It's just all over the place. It's like, I wasn't like this. Do you think I choose to actually wake up and go to sleep like this? No. You know, and it's like, oh, I can't trust anyone. You just can't trust anyone. So the sense of smell, basically, if you go into psychology, so sense of smell, it's like a memory. So it's a memory, right? So even sometimes, like, I have to be aware, you know, your hands, click, click, click. So lately, sometimes I have to go singing. Singing helps because I'm in the moment, or dancing. And I've got this app on my phone to breathe, right? It tells you breathe in and breathe out. I can't seem to do it. When I do it, it makes my heart, like, it just doesn't make me relax at all. So obviously my nervous system has been fucked up too. So that's what I mean, like, it's trauma, but then you have the spiritual side of it as well. And because I'm seeing all these things, right? And I've always been spiritual, and I feel like this person has really, like, you know, really use my beliefs, and they didn't fucking realize that, yeah, I am spiritual. Just because I don't say things like this is what people right? It's like they just think you're an idiot because I don't say things. It's like, that's not me. Okay, you can keep saying, I don't care what you think. You can keep saying that anyway, right? So it doesn't affect me. So something has happened, right? And yeah, I just feel like even like the spiritual's like, see, it's so confusing, right? It's like it's trauma, right? Because you got all these signs, but then it's spiritual too, because the babies and kids see it too, and I see some of my co-workers seeing it too. It's like you can't deny it now. You know, you just can't deny it now. So it's sort of like that. So I really don't know. Like, yeah, it's just so, like, can you imagine that when you go through one thing, right? And then, chuck in the other works, right? It's like, oh, fuck. Right? So, and then you gotta do all these things as well. And, anyway, so that's just my experience. I hope someone can say something, like, and I'm a forgiving person, right? So this is like a fucking cycle. It's a fucking cycle, I'm telling you. You know, you feel numb, sad, frustrated, but never really angry, you know? And then you get all these sensations and pains in your body, and then chuck in the spiritual stuff too, because you can't deny that. If only, right? I could just tell my mom, can I just video record something? And I tried doing it once. And so someone like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, nothing. Yeah, because I was like so like desperate for answers, right? Because you can just see it. They can see it, right? And so I don't, obviously, you can't. You have to get like permission, obviously, for that. I wasn't taking the head or anything, but you know, but it's like, it just comes to a point. It's like, oh, I'm just desperate to find answers. And yeah, that's the thing. I keep to myself, right? And because I can't talk to anyone, because I really don't know what this is. And if like someone has done this to me, obviously, and I got, yeah, because I've been drinking wine. I need like courage to actually talk on video, because when you can't, like, yeah, this is my first take. I'm like, oh, you know what, fuck it. I'm not gonna edit stuff. You know, when it's real, it's real. And I just feel like we all have to go back to our hearts, right? And it's like, I get so emotional when I say that. Because it's, yeah, I think people have lost what it means to feel and like do the right thing. And that's another thing. I can't, like, yeah, it's not, like, my heart's obviously blocked. That's another thing. It's like people just forget, and it's sad. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, I can accept feelings and stuff, right? I think people forget what it really means, you know? Like, you can't be doing this to other people. It's not right. It's just not right. And throughout the years, like, it doesn't seem like I've kept it. Like, I've managed it. Managed my reaction, but not really manage it. It's just my reaction. I've sort of managed. But I'm all over the place. Like, I'm thinking 100 thoughts a day. And this is all day and night while raising a kid, going to work. You know, cooking, clean, all that stuff, you know, the essential stuff. And there's only so much I can take, really. And it's like, what else do I need to do? Like, I actually literally search it up. Alright, so do I need to eat better? Do I need to exercise more, go for walks, all that shit? But it's just, nothing gets better, right? Because I just feel like when you just don't know what the fuck it is, you just cannot. You can't heal. That's just my opinion, you know. But anyway, that's it for now. I'll let you guys know whatever's next. There's just so much things that I get triggered. It's all the triggers, right?